here at the heart of the city of Tehran, where most old buildings, museums, and the Grand Bazaar are located. Any tourists coming to this country will definitely take their time to visit this area. Following the Zandia dynasty came the Qajar dynasty, and in fact, it was then that Tehran attracted their attention and became the capital. From then on, the city underwent several political, economic, and military changes. The Qajar tribe needed an organized army, and for this reason, during Napoleon Bonaparte's military rule and through the Frankenstein Treaty, a French general came to Iran to train the army. He chose a special place for this job, which at that time was considered to be outside of the city and became known as Mashq Square. Do you know where I'm standing? I'm standing at Mashq Square, once with a military function in the urban life. The important point regarding this area is that most military parades were performed here, with the king overlooking the events probably from a window over there. Later, it was transformed into a governmental section, and finally, in 1998, it was registered in the list of Iranian national heritage.
در سفرنامه جکسون از میدان مشق بازدید کرده بوده. این میدان رو به عنوان یکی از بزرگترین میدان‌های آموزش نظامی در ایران ازش نام میبره که 400 متر در 400 متر طول و عرض این میدان بوده که تقریبا حدود 16 هکتار میشده. میدان وسعت زیادی داشته. از اتفاقات جالبه که در میدان مشق افتاده، فرود اولین هواپیما در مجموعه میدان مشق صورت میگیره در تهران، پرواز بالون و توپ مروارید معروفی که همیشه به مناسبت فرارسیدن سال نو در میکرده تا مردم تهران متوجه بشن سال نو آغاز شده.
During the Nasruddin Shah period, a building inspired by Russian-style architecture called Kazakh-Khane was constructed in the northern end of the square for soldiers to settle in. It was a two-floor mansion which transformed into a three-story one with a unique roof in the middle. The porches were the seat of the officers who were invited to watch the military ceremonies. Reza Shah came to power after the 1920 coup and decided to change his setup and thus established a place called the National Garden in this area. Then the building of the post office was constructed by famous architect Nikolai Markov and the National Museum building by Andrei Godard. Meanwhile, the building of the town hall was built by Gabriel Gorkhain in the area. In the old Tehran, also known as Tehran Qadim, there used to be 12 gates, which in fact distinguished the boundaries and whereabouts of the city. While Reza Shah was king, all of the gates were destroyed for city development. Of the many gates, only 3 remain, with one still standing alive. The National Garden was renovated by Jafar Khan Kashani from 1922 to 1925 on the former courtyard left from the Nasiriya era. Before the Azadi Tower, the National Garden was known as a symbol of the city of Tehran. The coup of 1920 in Tehran, the goddess of victory, the image of the Iranian leopard, and pictures of Qajari soldiers are depicted on the tiles of the National Garden gate. The National Garden Gate, and in Persian, Sardar Bagh Milli, like any other gate, was used for the commute of people and all sorts of transportation vehicles. However, its uniqueness lies beneath the blend of all sorts of architectural works of art. Right now, it's used as a historical and tourist attraction site.
از بناهایی که ساخته میشه در مجموعه میدان مشق، این بناها با الهام گرفتن از معماری دوران پیش از اسلام هست. ساختمان شهربانی که امروز به عنوان ساختمان شماره 9 امور خارجه شناخته میشه، با الهام گرفتن از پلکان کاخ آپادانا و سرستونهای تخت جمشید ساخته میشه و موزه ملی توسط آندره گودار معمار فرانسوی با الهام گرفتن از ایوان مدائن یا طاق کسری ساخته میشه و سردر باغ ملی هم سعی میشه شبیه به همون سردر دوره ناصری ساخته بشه با مضامین و المان‌های معماری دوره قاجاری، مثلا استفاده از کاشی 7 رنگ استفاده میشه در این دوره.
The city town hall was built in 1936 for the Tehran City building in the south of Mashq Square. The architecture of this building is called Iranian neoclassical architecture because the interior and structure of the buildings are based on modern architecture. However, in its decoration and facade, ancient architecture has been used. In 2002, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs bought and restored some of these buildings. In addition to the exterior, the interior of these buildings, including the Mirror Hall, which was an official meeting place, was very unique. It's amazing how these historically and meticulously designed structures stand at the heart of the capital. This greatly shows the power and the depth of the history of our country. Fateh Masumi for Iran.